Well, each of these poems that I chose for the book were written at all sorts of different times in my life in the past. Most of them quite a while ago. I looked through my collection once I knew which of the poems wanted to be the main inspiration for the whole book. I went through the rest of my work and looked at this subject matter and to find all the ones that fit along with that theme of transformation and some sort of driving, asking for change or for growth. The title "A Chance to Change" came from the poem that I wrote, gosh, 6 or more years ago. And I don't quite know where it originated from. You know, when I write poetry, I get struck with the inspiration from outside of me and just begin writing. I must have heard the phrase, and been like, and just went off. I know that it was a long time ago, and the image for the book was really great. I happened to find online, and they're like wooden beads that have a letter on each of the beads, and somebody realized that the word chance and change are quite the same, with the G and the C being switched around. And I decided that was a really good way to express the name of the book itself. The process of writing for me has changed. I first had the inspiration to write. I found that when I would get on social media and Facebook would ask, "What's on your mind?" with a question mark there in the update status box, I found it really inspiring to think that I could write something right here and now and press upload, and everyone that I knew could automatically see and read it. So I have written most of my work directly into the update status box in pure divine inspiration, just thinking of it in the moment. But that's changed as of late. I often sometimes now feel something first and go to write it down almost with like doubt and not sure, not having outside inspiration at all, just being like feeling something and wanting to get it out in some way and not knowing where it's going to lead. And then all of a sudden I look back and I wrote a whole piece. So it hasn't shifted much, but more from the outside, inside out than outside in. Well, you know, I got inspired around writing by watching spoken word and slam poetry events on YouTube and in person. And in the slam poetry community, there's definitely a style that gets spread around in the community. And I believe, and I've heard from many people, that I don't specifically share that style in general. But definitely everything I write is designed to be spoken out loud and to be shared on a stage. And I hope that the meaning and the potency still comes through when you read it yourself. I've had friends say that when they read it, they can hear my voice. Slam poetry, it's an interesting term, like you're slamming it down, or and it just kind of describes the process of being really enthusiastic and really passionate, and in most settings, competing in a contest with your poetry. And often there's a specific way, and a way that the words flow, and the way that certain parts of this sentence are emphasized. And I really appreciate it. I don't know if I specifically follow that same style, though. I kind of just speak speak the words in a way that it feels true to me.